Listen, take a breath. Let the noise of the day fade for a moment. Let us step together into this space where words are not just words, they are bridges, bridges between the world outside and the quiet inside. I want to share something with you, not a lesson, not a sermon, but a reminder, a gentle turning of the head toward what matters. Because in the rush of living, in the scroll of screens, in the weight of news and noise, we sometimes forget how to stand upright, how to walk with clarity, how to keep a heart unbroken by the pressure of the crowd and the power of the throne. The line we begin with is old, born from a poem that has carried itself across centuries. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, it sounds simple, but within it lies a compass for any human who has ever wondered, how do I move through this world without being swallowed by it? Let us start with the first image. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue. Crowds, what are crowds? They are the pulse of humanity. They are stadiums roaring, streets filled with footsteps, markets alive with bargaining voices, the digital oceans where millions speak at once. To walk into a crowd is to feel pulled by opinion, by fashion, by judgment, by desire. A crowd can lift you high, cheer your name, make you feel like a star. But a crowd can also turn, spit venom, crush you beneath its restless shifting feet. So the question is this: when you are there, in the center of the noise, can you still hear yourself? Can you still carry your virtue? That quiet flame that says, "This is who I am. This is what I will not betray." Virtue is not about perfection. It is not about being stainless, untouched by flaw. No, virtue is the anchor. It is the unshakable line that says, I will not lie for applause. I will not harm for gain. I will not forget compassion, even when it is easier to be cruel. Virtue is your compass. When the crowd tries to drag you east, west, north, south, all at once, it is the whisper that says, stand here, stand firm, do not trade your soul for the fleeting warmth of their approval. But then comes the second part, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. Kings, perhaps you imagine golden crowns, robes heavy with jewels, trumpets announcing their presence. But kings wear many shapes. They are not only monarchs on thrones, they are the powerful, the wealthy, the celebrated, the influencers, the bosses, the gatekeepers of doors you wish to enter. To walk with them is tempting. To be close to the circle of power is to feel a strange glow. It is to be offered the illusion that you matter more because you are near the center. But here lies the danger. When you walk with kings, do you forget the hands of those who work the fields? Do you forget the voices of those who scrub the floors, drive the buses, clean the wounds, lift the boxes, sweep the streets? Do you forget the common touch? The common touch is not common at all. It is rare. It is precious. It is the ability to look into the eyes of a stranger and still see a brother, a sister, an equal in dignity, to walk with kings but not lose that. That is strength. That is balance. That is the tightrope every soul must learn to walk. Let us pause here, because this is not just poetry. It is a mirror. Think of your own life. Think of the moments when you felt the pressure of the crowd, when everyone said, "This is the way. Follow it. Do not question. Do not resist." Did you keep your virtue? Or did you silence your own truth just to belong? Think of the times when you brushed shoulders with power. Maybe not kings, but bosses, celebrities, leaders, influencers, people who made you feel small in their presence. Did you bow too deeply? Did you forget your own worth? Or did you remember to stand upright, to keep the common touch, to treat every soul with the same gentle dignity? This, my friend, is the art of balance, the art of moving through this world, a world of crowds, a world of kings, without losing yourself. It is easy to drift, easy to be consumed, but to hold steady, that is mastery. Let me take you deeper. Imagine yourself standing on a shoreline. On one side, the ocean of crowds. On the other, the towering castle of kings. The waves crash, calling you to dissolve into them. The castle doors gleam, tempting you with their wealth. And you stand on the narrow sand in between. Your task is not to drown, not to kneel. Your task is to breathe, to stand, to remain human. This is not easy, but it is possible. It is possible because within you, hidden beneath the noise of doubt, there is a compass. That compass is virtue. That compass is humility. That compass is love. Let us talk about humility. To keep the common touch is to know that no title, no status, no throne, no bank account ever makes a human greater than another. To keep the common touch is to kneel by a child's side, to listen to the laughter of the poor, to shake hands with the worker as if they are royalty themselves. Humility is not weakness. It is not bending your back to be trampled. Humility is strength without vanity. It is power without cruelty. It is presence without arrogance. To be humble is to say, I know my worth. I know your worth. And neither is higher, neither is lower. We stand side by side, human to human. Now let us turn again to virtue. Virtue is not something given. It is forged. It is forged in choices. Every day, small choices. The choice to speak truth when silence would be easier. The choice to be kind when bitterness would taste sweeter. The choice to give when greed whispers, keep it. Virtue is practice. Virtue is a muscle. And the more you live by it, the stronger it becomes. But how do you carry both together? How do you walk into a crowd and keep virtue alive? How do you walk with kings and keep the common touch intact? The answer, my friend, is not found in books, not in rules written by others. It is found in awareness, in mindfulness, in the willingness to pause, to ask yourself, am I betraying myself right now? Am I forgetting the humanity of another? If the answer is yes, then stop, breathe, return to center. Let us weave this into a story. Once there was a traveler. He moved from city to city, from village to village, carrying nothing but a bag of simple tools. In one city, he was mocked by the crowd. They laughed at his clothes, at his accent, at the slowness of his walk. But he did not lose his virtue. He kept his patience. He answered with kindness. And though the crowd jeered louder, his soul remained unbroken. In another city, he was welcomed by the powerful. He was invited to dine at golden tables, to sit on chairs carved with jewels. The kings of that land offered him robes, offered him treasures, offered him thrones, but he did not lose the common touch. He walked back to the market, sat with the merchants, laughed with the children, and shared his bread with the poor. And so his journey continued. Neither the cruelty of crowds nor the temptation of kings was able to bend him away from who he truly was. He walked upright, and because he walked upright, he left behind not riches, not castles, but something far greater. He left behind an example. Now pause. Do you see yourself in him? Do you see the possibility that you too can live this way? This is not the tale of one traveler. It is the invitation to every soul that longs to live with clarity, with grace, with strength. So here is the truth. The world will never stop being loud. The crowd will always roar. The kings will always shine. But you can choose. You can choose to keep your virtue, even in the storm of voices. You can choose to keep the common touch, even in the halls of power. And if you do, then you will walk the earth with balance. You will walk as one who belongs to all places, yet is owned by none. Listen again to the line. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, this is not just poetry. It is a roadmap. It is the path of integrity. It is the path of humility. It is the path of true strength. And so I leave you with this. When you find yourself in the middle of a crowd, do not lose your flame. When you find yourself at the table of power, do not lose your heart. Carry both. Carry your virtue. Carry your common touch. Because the world does not need more kings. The world does not need louder crowds. The world needs people who remain human, people who remember, people who walk with grace. Between the two, and maybe, my friend, that person is you.